guys, David Bex here from Air, Fire, Water and Stones. Obviously we're back and we've come with a new book review, and that is The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. So the plot revolves around a struggling alcoholic called Rachel, who takes the same journey on the train to London every single day. And she stops at the same signal longer than usual because there's a problem, and opposite she starts watching this young couple, or the perfect couple as she sees, and gives them names, and sort of that's part of her journey, and she sort of becomes attached to this couple even though they don't know her and she doesn't know them. And then eventually on one of her next journey she sees something that no one else does that's a bit ooh, doesn't she? And she feels that she has to inform the police, and not only that, go a little bit further and try and solve it herself. Long story short, what did you think?
If you're not like a big reader, it can be hard to push yourself through it because it does take its time. Like, you learn different things about each character, and then it's only I'd say the last half of the book that it gets to the point and really gets moving. But I don't know, it's kind of like she's done that on purpose because trains start off slow, don't they?
Yeah.
And then speed up.
It's a slow burning book, so what Bex has basically just said, please don't let that put you off. I, as you will know, I'm not a big reader and I'm getting into reading again, and this book's got me from the first page, and even though it does, like I say, it's slowly burning away as you go through it, and it's one hell of a climatic build up. There's a lot of tension. There's a lot of stuff that goes on that you think, oh, surely we'll find out yet, and you're still like 300 pages away from the ending because it's like 400 pages long. But seriously, it's so worth reading all the way through. And as ever, the character development that Paula Hawkins puts into her characters is incredible. You really feel for the characters, and Rachel, who is a struggling alcoholic, and obviously we won't say about spoilers at the moment because of the next review, however, and you kind of feel when she's drinking, she'll have a couple of days where she won't drink and then she'll start again, and you actually, I mean, when I was reading it, I actually was kind of disappointed in her for actually continuing to drink. So you're kind of pulled into the book with the characters, and you actually want to see how they get on, and you become connected to them, don't you? It's very strange but very good at the same time.
I think my favourite bit was like when what did you think of Rachel?
Rachel, I liked Rachel. Rachel was somebody who you feel for, and as the story goes on you realise why she drinks. There's a reason behind it. She's not just like, oh, I'm an alcoholic, I like drinking. There's a lot more behind it, and as you read through the book you start to understand more and more and more, and then you keep going and you learn so much about her.
Yeah, she's like really strong. Like the fact that she lies to save other people's feelings. Like at the moment she's jobless, and she lies to her roommate just so that, you know, so that she can stay there longer.
Yeah, she lies for the good. You think that because she's like an alcoholic, people think for the lie and the alcoholic, you know, that sort of connection. She's actually doing it from the good of her heart, even though from other people's point of view it's wrong. You know, but she tries when the girl goes missing, aka Megan, when she goes missing, she could easily just like not bother, but she takes it under her wing that she has to find out, and she has to take it's in her duty to actually find out what's gone on, and she feels that what she's seen on the train, she could help solve it. Otherwise, you know, like some people wouldn't bother, would they? They'd see something and then not bother, like nowadays in general, in real life.
I think she put so much effort in because she used to live on that street.
And obviously things start to connect, which we won't spoil right now. And things come together and you start thinking, I get it now.
You know Megan? Did you think she deserved it? What, Megan?
I think yes and no.
She didn't deserve to be killed. but
No, it's it's very dark, really. The more you think about it, it's got the sort of Gone Girl feel. When you're reading it, there is sort of that gritty Gone Girl feel to it. But what I loved about it is based in England, and I love English films, and they add a bit more grittiness and rawness to scenarios like this. They seem darker. I think that was the problem with the film as well, because obviously the film's come out with Emily Blunt, and they've based it in America, and all the readers, including myself and Bex, don't understand why they've put it into America when it's all based in England, and it loses so much rawness to it, so much bleakness.
Where's Paula from?
Paula is from England.
Is she really?
She is. She's from England.
Oh yeah.
She was brought up in Zimbabwe, but obviously the whole story is based in England, and then they moved it. But yeah,
I didn't know if that was like the reason why they did it.
It's when you're reading it, you can picture in your head like the hustle and the bustle of the trains and the
English accents.
Yeah, I've been on trains where they're stuffy, and you feel what she feels, and you know how it is. Yeah, so when Megan's fate is found out, when it's discovered and it's all over the papers and that, you can see that from an English point of view, and I thought it was a lot darker than the American setting that they put in the film, which let it down really bad.
Plus in America it's more like, and not to be like really, I don't know, is it racist?
Depends how you want to put it.
Or like, there's more like murder that side.
Yeah, it's not just that. Everything's more bright. I find more bright, bigger, brighter. I don't know. It just doesn't have the rawness of it. I mean, like I was saying, if you ever see a film called Get Carter by Michael Caine, who goes back to Newcastle to avenge his brother, watch that. That's the sort of grittiness that I love. I think they remade it in America, but that's the grittiness I like the films like This Is England and that. This is, because I'm a film lover, when I read the book, this is what I got in my head. So you feel, you
it kind of hurts you.
Yeah, but it can work. It can actually happen. It probably has happened. It's got that realism to it. Even if it is written and made up, it's still got that realism to it. It could have actually happened. Or could happen.
Scary.
It is scary.
So there's some like, it's not for normal like young readers, because there's a lot of like domestic violence. Obviously there's a lot of sleeping around. Is there drugs?
No, I don't think drugs are a part of it. I think that's the one thing there isn't.
You've got
there's
like
there's alcohol,
Yeah.
there's drinking.
And you've got to be careful because it does touch upon like therapy and depression and that.
Yes, and there is, just to warn some people who sometimes might find things harder to read, there is a scene in the book, I would say 2 scenes in the book, but one of the scenes in the book that I read of Megan's past, which we will, about Megan's past, is very dark, and I read it, and when I was reading it I could see what was happening, and I really did, it was disturbing. I didn't think books could disturb me as much as watching something, because it's like visual, but this really disturbed me.
It's because you can't shut your eyes from it.
No, because you
don't know the outcome. But
yeah, and there's more connection. Everything in it is really well connected. And I think not only when you find what happens in the end, it makes the death worse. When you think, how could it be worse? It is worse.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's pushing a... Some people probably would complain.
Yeah.
People out there do complain about stuff like this, and it does have that, at the end, it does have that little bit where you think...
Should that be there or not?
Yeah. It's very brave to dive that deep into a murder. When you just think it's a murder, it's more than a murder, and you'll find out if you read it.
Think about all those people that have been through that situation.
Well, yeah, exactly. It does happen. This is it. This is the realism. She probably researched stuff like that, and it does happen.
I think that's why I liked it more. It was more real. It wasn't like... Yeah. So, as we were saying, the word I was looking for it doesn't seem sugar coated. It's proper, like you could see it in the news. Like it's a bit like Nightcrawler.
Yes, if you've seen Nightcrawler. Jake Gyllenhaal, very good film. Yeah, that's very true. I mean, people do that. But yeah, it's got a lot of realism to it. It brings you into the book. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Very, very good. Definitely a 5 out of 5.
Definitely, yeah.
Definitely 5 out of 5. Been quite fortunate because our last book review was A Monster Calls, also 5 out of 5. So far I've done really well.
Yeah, we're on a roll.
We're on a roll.
Leave your suggestions down below.
Yeah, like, subscribe and comment. And if you've got any ideas or recommendations for any books, pop it below, or obviously go onto our Instagram page, which is also by the same name, Air, Fire, Water and the Stones. We appreciate everything, your support. So yes guys, that is our review of The Girl on the Train. Read the book before you watch the film.
And the trailer. The trailer does
And
make
the trailer,
sense.
yes, the trailer does might give away a big spoiler. So big spoiler alert on the trailers alone. So yeah, literally guys, even if you've seen the film and you think, I don't know what they're on about, it wasn't that good, read the book. It's a whole different experience. I was even put off by the trailer, even though I'd just finished reading the book. So what does that say, you know? So read the book. It's a 5 out of 5. We truly recommend it. You'll enjoy it. It'll keep you busy for a couple of nights.
How long did it take us?
It took me about 5 days because I read little bits and bobs. I think it took me about 5 days, possibly, maybe less.
That last bit just zoomed by.
Yeah.
That last 100 pages, and I'm like, oh, it's gone.
So yes guys, so as ever, we'll say bye bye and check out for our spoiler review, which will be on next. So bye bye.
Toodaloo.
Bye bye.
I'm ready to...
Let's go, let's do this. Okay, after you, go.
What?
What? What?
Why am I introducing it?
Oh, okay. Really? Okay.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Hey guys, Dave. Oh, not again. No.
David.
Dave.
Okay.
Okay then, here we go. It's crazy, isn't it? Hey guys, David Bex here from Air, Fire, Water and the Stones. We're back with another book review. This one is The Girl on the Train.
Imagine if the book wasn't...
I know it was there because you put it there. So it's The Girl on the Train. This is sound professional. By Paula Hawkins.
By Paula.
It's by. Ah.
Oh.
She's crying. Look.
I thought you said by Paula. Oh.
I'm gonna wee myself.
Oh, I can't breathe.
You can breathe. Breathe through your mouth. Lungs. Ah. She's snorting.
Oh God.
Hi Hitler!